What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one, we talk about what Sherrone Moore and some Michigan players said about the team, including an injury update on the quarterback Jack Tuttle, as well as the quarterback battle, which position Amorion Walker will for sure play, as well as cornerback Will Johnson potentially playing on the offensive side as well. Plus, Sherrone Moore talks about the physicality of the practices, and we also got some recruiting news on Alex Graham, a flip target, as well as a big weekend coming up for Michigan. It is the first big official visit weekend. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So it was a busy day yesterday for Michigan coaches and players. As Sherrone Moore, he joined multiple head coaches at the Sound Mind, Sound Body College Showcase at Wayne State University in Detroit, and also Will Johnson hosted his second annual youth camp in Detroit, and multiple Michigan players were there to help him, but media people were there to ask them some questions as well. Now, the first thing I wanted to talk about is Sherrone Moore. He did give a speech at the Sound Mind, Sound Body Showcase yesterday. Sherrone Moore said, "Process pursuit standard is what we are working with right now." Also talking about last year's national championship team, he said, "We went and attacked that every single day. We always talked about process over the prize." He also said, "Everybody's going to have haters. Your haters are holding their breath for you to fail. Your job is to make their asses suffocate. That's what your job is to do." So a strong message there from Sherrone Moore. And we also got an update on the quarterback battle. As Sherrone Moore, he provided an injury update for the Michigan quarterback Jack Tuttle, as Sherrone Moore confirmed yesterday that he is healthy, as he missed spring ball with an undisclosed injury. But Sherrone Moore, he said he's throwing, he's full speed, and he's rolling. He said he looked good, saw him a couple days just peeking out of my office, saw him throwing a little bit, and he said he's up to speed and he's ready to go. Tuttle, he's got a lot of experience and will definitely be in the quarterback battle, competing for that starting position. Right now, if I had to guess, it is mainly between Alex Orji, Davis Warren, and Jack Tuttle. But Sherrone Moore, he said he'll be in it, and we talked about this as a team, as a staff. The dudes that he backed up are Michael Penix and JJ McCarthy. So he's got talent, and we'll see what happens when he gets a fall camp. Michigan quarterback Alex Orji also talked about the quarterback battle as he was at Will Johnson's youth camp yesterday. Orji said, and regardless of how the battle plays out, he wants to be one of the leaders in the 2024 team. He said that's the biggest thing. Talent is talent and preparation is preparation, but at the end of the day, nothing really changed as far as a preparation and an expectation standpoint for me. He said, I just want to be the best that I can be, try to be the best quarterback that I can be to add value to the team. He said, I committed to the University of Michigan. I didn't commit to being a starter. I committed here to support the University of Michigan, try to give us the best chance to win, and whatever I can do and try to add value to the team. It's not a personal or selfish ideology when you come here at all. But he said whenever it happens, and everyone can kind of feel it. He said we had a leader in our room, and JJ McCarthy was the best leader of the nation in my opinion. But he said at the end of the day, it's time to step up, and time is now. And then Sherrone Moore also confirmed that Amorion Walker is switching back to wide receiver. He said, yeah, he's going to play wide receiver. He went to Ole Miss and reached out to people and players. He said, I heard rumblings before about him wanting to come back, but he said he couldn't talk to him about that. And he said when he went into the portal, it was something we knew we wanted to pursue. And Moore, he said, he looks great. He's long, lean, and he's fast as ever. Super excited about him. Now, speaking of wide receiver in the offensive side of things for Michigan cornerback Will Johnson actually discussed potentially playing offense at times next season for Michigan. He said a little bit for sure. There's a little buzz around the building, so we'll see how it goes. It's always a possibility for sure. He said Kirk Campbell always says something to me about it, but he said Sherrone Moore is a little less fond of it. It's just because he wants to make sure I'm still out there on defense. He said all the offensive guys love it and they want me to. They know what I can do, so hopefully I'm able to do it a little bit. Now, I'm not really sure how I feel about that, of Will Johnson playing offense for Michigan. Maybe if he just comes in, a little bit. He did play wide receiver in high school as well as cornerback, obviously, but one of the best cornerbacks, if not the best cornerback in college football next season. Don't want to get him injured. So I'm sure Sherrone Moore will definitely be thinking of that and really prioritizing him on the defensive side. But I'm not saying, it wouldn't be cool. It would be pretty cool if he would go out there for a play or two next season, see what he can do, but at the end of the day, don't want to get him injured. Now, I also wanted to talk about an injury that Josh Preby, the Northwestern offensive line transfer, injury that he suffered in practice, as Sherrone Moore talked about it. He said that he got a great cut. It was awesome. It was so cool. He said it was going against Mason Graham, pass pro, helmet, fire. But he said the cool thing about that thing is he's got that big slit in his mouth, and he kept playing. He was bleeding all over the place, and at first he didn't even know it, and I just kept playing, and then 2 minutes later he came out and he had to get stitches. And Sherrone Moore just said, yeah, it's how our practices go sometimes you get a busted lip and you gotta get stitches. So love to hear that physicality of the practices. Sherrone Moore, he did describe Michigan's culture in one word. He said physical, describing the Michigan program in one word. And Sherrone Moore, he also talked about the cornerback transfer Amir Hall, who was the addition from Albany, and he said that his personality is just like Josh Wallace, who is actually who I compared him to as well, especially since they both have similar situations coming from smaller schools. But he said, a very humble, great kid. The first thing he said when I was talking to him, he said, Coach, I just want to help you win another championship. So he's super stoked and ready for him to impact our team. Michigan, they got multiple key defensive back additions from the transfer portal for the defense. This Michigan defense going to be scary again next season. But that's what Sherrone Moore and some Michigan players had to say yesterday on a few things. And I did want to end this video by talking about some recruiting news. The first thing is the 4-star safety in the 2025 class, Alex Graham, who is a Michigan native, plays at IMG Academy right now, currently committed to Colorado, but Michigan is still in contact with him. Graham, he told E.J. Holland of the Wolverine that they are still recruiting me. New coaching staff came in with Coach Lamar Morgan and Coach Week Martindale. They're just trying to get me back out there to visit, and they want me in maize and blue, so we'll see. He did say there's a possibility I'll get out there for a visit, and he also said that a lot has changed, so I really want to see how they do this season. Alex Graham, his family does love Michigan, but at the end of the day, he said that I feel like it's a good place for me, talking about Colorado. But there is a long time to go until signing day, so Michigan, they are going to have a chance to flip Alex Graham, and this is one recruitment that we will be looking at, talking about, I'm sure. But the next step for Michigan is to get him back on campus for a visit. And speaking of visits, Michigan, they are set to host multiple recruits in the month of June for official visits, including this weekend, as they are set to host the 5-star 2025 wide receiver Derek Meadows, who comes from Bishop Gorman High School. Notre Dame currently does lead in his recruitment, but he's ranked as a 5-star on 24/7 Sports rankings. Michigan's also set to host the 2025 4-star defensive lineman DJ Sanders from Belleville, Texas, ranked 112th nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings. And they're also set to host the 2025 4-star linebacker Marco Jones from the state of California, ranked 122nd nationally on 24/7 Sports rankings. And they're set to host the 2025 4-star safety Kanoa Winston from Gonzaga High School in Washington, D.C. He is ranked 43rd nationally on 24/7 Sports rankings. Michigan recently just did make his top 4 list. And another big visit this weekend is the 2025 4-star Bishop Gorman offensive lineman Douglas Utu, which might be the biggest visit this weekend for Michigan, as right now Michigan is a major contender in this recruitment. They currently lead slightly on the recruiting prediction machine with a 31.2% chance to land him, but he is set to take official visits to Alabama and Washington, Oregon, and Tennessee, who are still in his recruitment as well. So those recruits are set to visit Michigan this weekend in what is the first of many big recruiting weekends for Michigan in the month of June. But with that, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you're new around here. I'd greatly appreciate it. Other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.